guys, welcome back to the channel. We picked up a new sponsor for the channel. We'd like to welcome Nitrous Express to the channel. They sent us a kit, so let me show you what they sent us. It's basically just a basic dry kit. Something they sent overnight real quick just to get on the truck, so when we head out for the race, we'll have it available. So basically, it's just a basic dry kit, and I'm going to do a quick installation on this, and a purge kit, which is probably what I'm going to be doing with it because the truck's not completely tuned yet. And I already went and got the bottle full, so we have a full 10-pound bottle of nitrous here. And here's our list of things that are left, but everything with a star next to it is done, and that's all I really care about. I want to put the interior lights. That's the last thing I have left, but this nitrous kit is more important than that because they were nice enough to work with us, and they sent it over really quick, so we're going to get it in there so we can show it off while we're heading from track to track. So let me set the cameras up, and we'll go ahead and get this installation done. I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm just going to kind of throw it in there because I have a lot of things to do. I still have to pack all the t-shirts and stickers and all the stuff and figure out how I'm going to fit it all in here. Even though I know it's a Suburban, but we have a lot of stuff. Just stick with me and we'll have this sucker working here in no time. Let me show you guys what came in the kit and kind of explain it real quick. So this right here is what came in the kit, right? So you got your bottle holder, you've got your line that goes from the front of the car, from your solenoid, all the way back to wherever you mount the bottle in the trunk. The bottle is right there on the floor. That also came in the box right there. And then you have your solenoid, you have your jets that we're gonna go inside your fogger nozzle, right? And then this nozzle, this kit comes with like this, you can put in the plastic intake or something like that on the car. In my choice, or my case, I've got this metal bung that I can weld into the intercooler pipe. So that's where this is going to go, and then the jets are going to go back here, and you just pick what size jet you want. I don't know what sizes are in there. I haven't looked at it. And then some of the fittings, basically to fit it all. Here's your activation switch, and so this mounts to here. Most likely, I'm not going to be using this. I'll probably get a electronic controller or use the Holly to control it. And then you have your relay and your power and ground wire. And so, and then separately from the system, so this is the system, then this is a separate piece you can buy, and then this purge system is also separate, and that comes with another small solenoid, some plumbing and electrical stuff, the hose that you can get kind of to, get the nitrous out when you're purging it, in a momentary switch that comes in there too. So this is basically the most basic system, or this is the most basic system you can put in here. It's just a dry kit, so it's only using nitrous. If it was a wet kit, there would be 2 solenoids. You'd have 2 of these, one for fuel and one for nitrous. In time, we'll probably upgrade to that. This is just something we're just going to throw on real quick and send it and see what happens. So anyway, just wanted to explain the things that are in the kit, so the people that don't know about nitrous can kind of understand it. I've put probably over 100 of these kits together over the years from many different manufacturers and a lot of different cars. And if you know what you're doing and you know how to tune it and you don't go too crazy, it's very safe, and you can run it pretty much on anything that is in decent condition and a good motor, good trans, and you can run it for a long time and not have any issues. So let's get the camera set up, and I'm going to try and figure out how I'm going to route all the lines and how it's all going to go in the car. I want to make it nice and pretty, at least so I can show off the product. And then, but right now I just want to make sure it gets installed and at least the purge works, and then we'll figure everything else out after that. All right, so look, what I like to do is I like to kind of just put everything together and figure out where everything's going to go. So I don't have anything tightened down yet. It's all kind of just loose in here. And I know the things I'm going to be using, the things I'm not going to be using. So, so this is the main line that goes from the nitrous bottle, from wherever we mount it, to the solenoid. But I don't need this right now, so I'm going to set it over here. And I also have the bung that goes in the plastic piece. Don't need that. And the on-off switch for the main solenoid. The thing is, I'm not going to hook the solenoid up because I'm not going to spray it right now. I only want to purge it, I'm just going to plug it all in. I'm just going to tuck the wire aside, but I am going to plug in this, which will have this momentary switch right here. Okay, so I'm going to run that up into the dashboard and put that on an on-off switch. And so what I got to do is I got to figure out, and then this purge line, this goes underneath here, and you can bend it wherever you want. So this is universal kind of thing. Oh, and I've got the outline that goes up to the bung that I was talking about that I have to weld. So I have to drill a hole. I have to measure that and see what size it is. That's that size so that this will fit in there, and then I got to weld that on. All right, so I'm going to end up welding that. Let's go over to the motor. All right. And so what I've got to do is I've got to figure out where I'm gonna put it. So I can put the line, you know, like somewhere right here like this. There's nothing in the way, or I can mount it back here somewhere. So I'm gonna figure that out real quick, and then install it. But let me figure out how I'm gonna mount it, and then go from there. And then and I'll set up a camera and show the installation. But I have to, once I figure out where it's gonna go, then I gotta take this pipe out. I gotta drill the hole, weld it, and then put the pipe back in. So that's gonna be a little bit of a process too. You can see that what I ended up doing is I ended up using one of the manifold bolts and just locked it in place right there. It's in pretty good position. And then I can run the wires underneath it and into the cab and to the battery and where it needs to. And then this is the main line that's going to go back to the bottle. This is the line that goes to the nozzle. So I have to figure out how I'm going to route that. And then down here, it's hard to see, but that's the purge line. So that's going to come straight up, and it's going to come up like this, and I'm going to have it stick out, and then it's going to end up going through one of these cut throughs I have for the turbos. And seeing as the line that came in the kit is pretty short, it's only, you know, 7 inches or so, I went into my stash of extra nitrous stuff I have laying around, and I have this piece right here that I've used for something that's already set up ready to go. So I'm going to mount this in there and then bend it up where I want it to, and then I'll probably have it come out right here with the wastegate, you know, come around and go like this and go out with the wastegate tube as it goes up. So let me see if I can figure out a way of doing that, and then after that it should just be a matter of a little bit of wiring, and this thing should be good to go. Oh, I got to put the bottle in too, but that shouldn't be too much of a difficult thing to do. So let me see what I can do. So I got everything in for the most part. Got the pipe back in. Got the bung welded in here. I've got everything tightened down. I don't have any jets in there right now because it's not going to get hooked up. So I'll worry about that later on. So I'm just going to run these wires right here underneath there, and just so they kind of look like they're hooked up, but they're not. And then I'm going to actually run this one to the switch that came in the kit, and I'm going to mount it in the dashboard. And then other than that, everything else is in the position that it's supposed to be in. The only thing I have to do is run the nitrous line. I moved it around the back of here, and then it's going to run down with the fuel lines because the fuel pressure regulator is right there. So I'm going to run that down with the fuel line to the back of the truck basically, and I'm going to mount it on the arch of the fender right here in the back next to the window. That's where I'm going to mount it. And then also, while I was in there, I needed to figure out what to do with these, because if you notice the wastegates, they just sit straight up and down. And I bought this stuff a while back, and I'm gonna drop it first, but let me put this back on here real quick.
A few moments later.
All right, so I have to shorten them, but basically it's hard for me to do this. This is to keep the rain out, so these are flap when the wastegate opens up. It'll open all the way up, but it's not going to be this tall. These are just bolted on, but basically those are going to go like that, and they mount just like that, and then it'll stick out off the top, but it's not going to be that high. It's going to be like probably half that height. I'm only going to have it come up about as top of the turbo, maybe like right about here, and then that'll be just like that. So I'll get to that later on, though. I'm not worried about that right this second. What I do is I want to, oh, here's the purge line. So I have the purge line ran up. It's really tall. So once I close the hood and I figure out how tall this pipe is going to be, then I'll trim this down to match the pipe, and it'll just be with that. And that should do what it's supposed to do. So let me get the wiring figured out real quick, and when I come back, hopefully we should be able to hear this thing purge. Well, got it all done, and it wouldn't be me unless it was another 4 o'clock in the morning, evening. So yeah, nice. But regardless, I got it done. Got a flashlight, and you can see right here. So I've got these on here like that for the wastegates, and then I've got the purge line coming up right here, and just put a clamp on it, just like that, and everything's all wired up and nice and clean. So you can see right down there. And it's all the wiring is done. I just don't have any jets in here, and I don't have that solenoid connected. It's connected one, but the other end of it's not connected, where it'll get a power to work. So I don't have a switch on it anyway, so it's not going to do anything. So let's close the hood real fast. And all right. So you see how it sticks out, and then now it'll keep the water from coming out. The purge is right here. Same thing with this guy. Good to go. So now what we'll do is, oh, let me show you what I do with the bottle. So you come back here, and the seat's down right now, but even with the seat up, you can just reach over there and boom, there's the bottle. So it'll be more like, let me do this. Okay, so you want to open your nitrous bottle. There's a little spot where you can just reach, and so let me open the bottle real quick. All right. Then we go into the truck. Let me get the sign out of the way. And turn it on. And then I haven't marked it yet, but this one here is the nitrous. Shut the radio off. All right, and then here's the purge button right here. All right, so let's watch. And there we go. And then when I shut this off, see, doesn't do anything. So turn it on. Good to go. All right, so anyway, I'm ready to take a shower and go to bed because I gotta pack a bunch of stuff tomorrow, and then we're heading to Tulsa. Sorry, I'm exhausted. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and go ahead and give me a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and come on back for the next one, because we got more stuff to do to this truck and a bunch of the other cars we have here. Thanks a bunch.